Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode of Vibra Live. Man, this is an exciting time if you're here in crypto right now, especially if you're in the Richard Heart ecosystem. So much is going on right now. I was really been thinking the last couple days, what besides narratives, what other projects, what other products are going to be releasing this year that can even compete with Pulsechain. And I don't even think if you combine them all, you have a third of the hype. What I came up with basically, Aptos was massive. People were freaking out about that. Blur was a huge airdrop, right? And then we have potentially Sui, Arbitrum coming up. And that's really it. Radix, I know Ivan really likes them. They're launching their main net. But again, how many people look at the traction online? It's just not the same. When you go and look at just stuff that's in the Richard Heart ecosystem, Pulsechain, all the projects, the communities, they are just thriving right now. And it's awesome to see. So if you're not following us, Vibra Finance, follow us on Twitter. Definitely using it a lot more now, consistently using it. I really liked this yesterday, talking about HEX Trust. We are now considering mining instead of staking. And I just don't really, I get it. But when you have stuff like this happening, is there a need for it? I really need to take a deep dive into that because we have institutional staking live for these companies that we all know, Google, Boeing, these massive corporations. So, institutional staking is now going live with them. So it's going to be legal to go for institutions. I don't know if there's something, my tinfoil hat was maybe this HEX Trust and staking had something, that we competed with. I don't know. And just going to mining might be better. If HEX staking through the HEX Trust is already live for banks and stuff, maybe get out of there. I don't know. That I could just be completely wrong, could just be completely coincidental. But regardless, this is a good thing for DeFi in general, right? In staking and yield. Kraken, the SEC came down on them hard. But us now, true DeFi, it seems like it's okay. You just can't take rewards that protocol is given and add to it. So HEX, if Kraken, for example, was to offer HEX staking and they just decided to add 5% onto the yield, you can't do that. You have to offer what the native protocol offers. So interesting to see. One other quick thing is the Leox pre-sale that we've been talking about on Quant. The new QRC20 is going live Monday, March 27th. So I'll definitely be checking that out. But in the meantime, just looking at Bitcoin, we are just ready to fall off a cliff, it looks like, again. There's nothing here, nothing in the mainstream media, besides Asia, China kind of over there, them loosening and, adding money into the markets, kind of overweighed the Fed's tightening. But again, just things just aren't good. We have really no catalyst for bullish price. But on the other side, this is a good thing, though, because we have a lot of bad news coming out, with Mt. Gox, ETH 2.0, nothing really good. The, potential higher interest rates hikes to 50 basis points from 25. That's now at almost 25% chance of that happening. So, got to pay attention to Bitcoin. Hopefully, I would love to see HEX kind of decouple and do its own thing like it did a couple summers ago during the sacrifice. But can't be greedy, and got to just play it day by day. And looking at the dailies here now, we don't really have no one really in profit. I mean, everything look at that XRP. All right, the stablecoin XRP is at 37.5 cents. Big news over there. So it's just another red day. Nothing going on. I think we're waiting to hear inflation numbers. I know Powell's speaking this week, so it's gonna probably not have. He's pretty dovish lately, so we'll see. He is testifying in front of Congress, so could change, but we'll keep an eye out on that. But the main thing I want to talk about is this guy right here. I mean, Richard Hart. He is just crushing it lately. He's completely rebranded his social media, and this is what, for all people, I know, like Corey Costa, a lot of people didn't like the outrage marketing. I know I personally, it backfired for me a couple times with meetings I had with clients where they went and looked up Richard and they just did not like what they saw. And now I think those same conversations I had with those people, if they now came back and took a look, they would definitely probably have a different opinion just based on what his social media looks like. I mean, he's got his childhood pictures now. I mean, this is great. And we're kind of seeing it in the price of HEX. The last 7 days, the last month. I mean, we're just up and to the right consistently. I was talking to Facing Reality yesterday. I actually swapped some Hedron out for HEX yesterday, a couple $100 million. It wasn't much at all. But I was like, you know what? I just swapped my Hedron. It's probably going to pump like crazy. And that's sure enough, it did. Look at that. It ran up to 2,400, but coming back down. But regardless, this was a bonus for us HEX stakers, right? It's basically it was free money. Shout out Alex and Hedron. Awesome opportunity for us stakers. And it's just something to keep us busy. When you're bored, oh yeah, let me go make my Hedron. Let me check on my Hedron. Let me go, oh yeah, how's my Hedron stake doing? What's my COSA yield? So that the passive income wheel with HEX, Hedron, ICOSA. If you don't know about it now, I mean, you're missing out. This is hilarious. $138 market cap for Hedron. I just noticed that right now. Although, sorry, the fully diluted market cap is $138. Wow. Shout out Coin Market Cap. But yeah. So wanted to talk about this right here with today a lot. Right, Ivan is growing like crazy. He's getting thousands of views now in a couple hours on his streams. And listen to what he says right here. He's a developer. He's into tech. I'm not. And listen to this right here.
We're going to be speaking about alts. We're going to be speaking about new kinds of stablecoins that are coming online. Also, we have an update from Pulsechain, which is launching hopefully next week or somewhere close. Really depends on the syncing of it. And
he just said next week. Did you hear that? Hopefully launching next week.
We're going to be speaking about
Listen to that
alts.
again.
We're going to be speaking about new kinds of stablecoins that are coming online. Also, we have an update from Pulsechain, which is launching hopefully next week or somewhere close. Really depends on the syncing of it, and so on and so forth. A big episode today.
So, what does he? I mean, he pulled the GitHub up the other day and was going through the steps on there. And I don't know if he knows more than us, but that is shout out Ivan. If he knows something that we don't, I mean, a week away, oh my God. I can't imagine.
Everything else. The only thing that is different is the community. That's where you actually can have an advantage. And whenever you look at a blockchain like Polygon, let's say, people are not really loyal to Polygon. Like no one really cares about Polygon in the same way that people on Pulse care about Pulse. And what I mean by that is that, let's say you're an application on Polygon. I mean, you could move to Arbitrum. It's a few lines of code, redeploy all contracts, bridge the assets. It's very easy to do, actually. So in the space of EVMs, where everything is so easy, everyone can just switch. There's no loyalty because, I mean, why would you have loyalty? It's the same tech. Everything is the same. You need to have something like a community where you only get the crazy community on Pulse. You only get the crazy HEX holders on Pulse. That's something that is unique from a fundamental perspective, not even tech perspective. From a fundamental perspective, that's very unique. So we're going to see how it will play out. But that's why personally I'm very excited. But basically, the good thing that Richard is doing now is that he's updating on what's happening. And he's really sharing all the struggles, all the problems. And right now they're syncing the node, which is very difficult, by the way. I know it firsthand because we do it at Moralis all the time, like syncing nodes, keeping them in sync manner. It's insane. It's insane. And the worst thing is that you cannot make it go faster in many cases because...
So there we go. Tin Top, I don't know if you came in and you saw this, but listen to this right here.
We're going to be speaking about alts. We're going to be speaking about new kinds of stablecoins that are coming online. Also, we have an update from Pulsechain, which is launching hopefully next week or somewhere close. Really depends on the syncing of it. And so
next week, man, even if, all right, I don't think it's launching next week, but to his followers, to anyone new that's watching this, it's going to create FOMO to buy HEX. You're going to have to buy HEX to get, if you're this late right now, you have no other choice but to buy HEX. So yeah, look at the volume is slowly, I like that too. The volume pop 7 million, 8 million, 8.7. Yeah, if we can, volume can keep increasing. Oh my God, this is going to be phenomenal. But still, Ivan has the community. He's got new people coming in. His channel's growing. You know, this is awesome, awesome, awesome. Just the fact that he's saying next week, that is great to see. You know, what's up, Torin? Testnet this week seems very likely. I'm in based on, hell yeah. I'm all in on that. You know, I was just saying that is going to, people are going to start pulling the trigger on HEX at this point. You know, if people know, okay, we are actually, all right, within a month or so away, you have no choice. It's going to create FOMO. And HEX, man, I could see HEX, honest to God, running up to almost its all-time highs. If once we get word and we get test V3 coming out, all this hype, you know, Ivan is on point. You know, I've been following him for a while, and he has the following. He talked in here about his sacrificing everything. So, you know, he knows what's going on, and other people too. BitBoy, you know, the Moon guy, they all sacrifice for Pulsechain. What else are they going to have to talk about? I mean, if Bitcoin just continues to do this for the next friggin' 3-4 months and just goes sideways and chop, and we can't do anything, if we can't break above 30,000 in the next 2 to 3 months, all these Bitcoin maxis are not going to have anything to talk about. It's all going to come into the new narrative, the new hype. And, you know, shout out to anyone that lost their Algorand. That sucks. You know, I don't know how stuff like this is happening, but it looks like this wallet was drained. You know, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how it happened, but that sucks for people. But I don't know how this is going on these days. You know, if you have, just move your stuff to a ledger. You know, all the staking I'm doing is all done through my ledger and then verify. I have to sign off on it. All of the dApps, you know, YDF, ICOSA, API3, S Fund, Bridge Mutual, all the coins I have staked up here are through my iPad or through my ledger. I can't do it without, you know, an intermediary. And I just don't know why people are putting their stuff at risk. You know, I hold Algorand, but it's in iTrust Capital in my long-term IRA. You know, they only have a certain amount of coins for sale on here. So I own my Algorand on here, and I would never hold it liquid. So I don't know. It just sucks for anyone. I'm bullish on Algorand long term, but you know, you just can't compare it to what's going on with the HEX ecosystem right now. I mean, oh my God. So yesterday, I want to bring this up too, is Ivan, he was talking about his new Moralis thing. And yesterday I was talking about Camelot, and he brought it up. And it was number one on his Moralis degen coin tracker. And I bought into it like a week or so ago, maybe on Arbitrum, just messing around because I want to try to get there.
Level up your pizza game with the Unicaro 16 pizza oven. Cook epic.
Jesus, these commercials are too cheap to get YouTube Pro for how many cents a month it is. But yeah, Camelot, stuff like this on Arbitrum. I mean, so I found this coin a week or so ago. I talked about it on that Arbitrum stream with, you know, Magic and RDPX and all the optimism stuff. and his Morales money thing that he has, it was bringing up all these degen plays. So he brings up, you go and you search this thing he has is basically an altcoin degen tracker where you can come in and search different things. And so like he's shilling HEX. He knows he's doing it. But when you pull up his when he pulls this thing up here, where is it? He was talking about logos on all these coins. There it is. So every time he comes here, HEX is the only coin with a logo on here. I don't know if you guys can see this here. Hold on a second. But if you look down at these coins here, come on. There we go. There's nothing there. Paw swap is number one on this thing today. So I guess it's the amount of buyers in the last week right here. So there's 5,400 buyers, and HEX has, it looks like 3,200. So we are up there with the biggest degen coins out there. Paw swap, ordinal dogs, ordinal Shiba. I mean, those are I think once the new Bitcoin L2. Just altcoins with ordinal in it. Prime, eggs, Bone Swap, Xmon, Shitoshi's Vision. I mean, half of these are probably honeypots. Half of them are probably rug pulls. And we're right up there. I mean, this advertising that he's doing for us is phenomenal. So anybody that comes in here and plays with this software is going to be exposed to HEX right now, because they don't have logos for all these other projects. And he said he's working on that, for getting logos in here, but they just don't have them. So for the next little bit, we're the only coin in here pretty much besides SHIB. And you can't ignore that logo. You see that, your eyes go to it. So he said they're adding more filters, they're adding more stuff. So all the degens that are looking for these crazy altcoins are finding HEX, which this has never happened before. Where you can look up these degen plays and actually find good projects with it and real projects with it. And the fact that we're doing numbers up here with these altcoins is awesome. All these new buyers coming in the last week. I mean, what else can you ask for? So, I was just talking about Camelot. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place here, getting a little excited about Pulsechain. But how I find these coins is coming over to CoinGecko and then going to exchanges and looking at like KuCoin and OKX, the coins that are their top traded coins on here. And doing that, I found on here, Mask, Aptos, CoinFlux. You kind of see it. And then once you look at the bubbles, you could see, all right, those are the coins, CFX. These are the ones that are up on the month massively, and it's directly correlated. And right here, this is what I wanted to talk about. I don't know, facing reality, you'll see this later, but YFDAI. So this coin right here, we got into back in early 2020, where we bought Matic under a penny, we bought VeChain under a penny, we bought HEX at 0.7 of a penny, and YFDAI here at like $600-700, and it ran up to $7,000. And it paid you 72% interest. Oh my God, now it's running up like crazy. So yesterday I was on here. We all bought, like I said, at $700 or something like that down in here in late 2020. Ran up to 7K and was paying 72% interest. So I was just pulling out my interest every week. I bought 3 coins. So I was getting on 72% every week. It was significant when the coin went up. And I eventually got hacked and lost my whole bag of this, but I was able to swap the interest that I earned into other altcoin bags. And those bags have went on to 10, 20, 30x. So interest from this coin built positions I have today. And this coin died completely. I mean, dead. It went from, look at this, from 7K up here, $7,000 down to $30 this past summer. And it was dead. We were laughing about it in the Discord. And sure enough, in the last 2 weeks, they posted on Twitter, we are now rebranding. And we are coming out after a long period of time of project development is going to restart very soon with a new roadmap. The assigned new team will start working March 15th, 2023 for YFDI and SSGT. Thank you for your patience, YFDI team. So I went in here and I went into the DApp that we were using, and I had a coin that was given to me because of all the chaos or the dilemma that was going on. Anyone that had previously staked, I believe, got a free coin. So it was awesome. I went in there yesterday, wrong click, and got my coin off here. Let's connect this. Oh, all right. Why you got to do this, MetaMask? I thought I was logged in. All right. All right. There. Oh my God, I don't even know my password. Oh, this is great. I have to change it after today. Someone tries to hack it, all 9 people. So, come on. We get to Polygon. There we go. All right. So, yesterday, I literally had nothing in here. And came over to the account here, to the staking product, to the staking tab. And right up here, there's the airdrop. I don't know if you guys see this right here. And it says airdrop 5 of 5. And I had my free coin right here and like 80 something SSGTs to claim. So everyone that was in the Discord, Nathan, Bullish John, Erwin, all you guys come in and check, log in here. I believe you're going to have a full coin in here as a bonus. And my dumbass yesterday swapped it out because the liquidity was draining. You know, I came into MetaMask and I pulled it up here and to swap it out for USD, and it was worth $400, but I was only going to get like 320 or something like that. So I swapped out 0.4 for USDC and got $150 and then put the rest into Matic at a decent, like a 20% slippage loss. So it was what it was. You know, it was free money. The price was tanking yesterday at the time I was doing it, and the liquidity was literally disappearing as seconds went by. So I just want to see how much. All right, so 0.3 for the 117 Matic, and I actually unfortunately swapped out 0.6 to get to do that. So I got impatient. I didn't know what was going on with it, if the liquidity was coming back, and I should have just held it. You know, my gut told me whatever. I got half of it off almost here. Let's just hold whatever. Keep your $150, and you know we'll see what happens in the future. And I didn't do that, which was stupid. I now regret it. And look what happened. You know, the coin pumped up like crazy. I was talking about it in the Discord last night. You know, it ran up and then started tanking right here. And this actually, it was way less than this with the liquidity. It was down to 360 on the DEXs. And then look, sure enough, boom, shot right back up. And that's all because of the potential rebound. I mean, this coin only has a total supply of 21,000 coins. I mean, it's tiny. Circulating supply is 4,000. So I'm probably actually going to come in and just rebuy. I'll look at it later, but probably just rebuy this $150 worth. I mean, what's the risk at this point? I mean, I got 118 Matic for free, and you know, it is what it is. So this is what I mean with the airdrops and free money, passive income. That's what I stress so much on this channel is passive income. You know, and getting free money. If there's coins that you can find and stake, choose those. You know, so Filecoin right here, number 9, traded on OKX. That's another coming out of Asia, another narrative. And I've been talking about Filecoin now for like 6 months on here since it was at rock bottom. I mean, it was doing nothing. When it went under $3, I like put out an emergency to Discord. Like, guys, this is insane. It's at 281. They're partners with Lockheed Martin, which is the MIC. It's the United States government. It doesn't get better than that, in my opinion. And sure enough, it ran up to almost $10. You know, I don't know if it was over $10. I don't know why CoinGecko is only showing 920, but regardless, you know, went from 290 up to $9. So that, you know, that was a nice 3x. And this was before HEX kind of started moving. right back in here in January when it doubled, nothing else was really doing anything. So it was kind of identifying the trends and the narratives that were coming. And it was a coin that I've been bullish on for a while. And there's some, where is this? Where is it? Sorry. Right here. So first mover Asia as Filecoin struggles amid China exposure, costs of subsidiary concerns. So they're basically just funding the heck out of Filecoin, and it's funny because if you look at the actual graph and the amount of Filecoin that's being used, daily active statistics, look at this. It's just a straight up line up and to the right. And the reason I like Filecoin is because cloud storage is going to be needed big time as we move forward in the future. And they use it over there in China. I think China is the narrative for the degen plays and the altcoins, which eventually, money funnels into good projects. Like when I take money like this YFDI stuff, eventually I'll filter that money back into HEX. I just swapped yesterday a bunch of Hedron for HEX. That's why it pumped. So you could thank me and Facing Reality for that. Every time we swap, the coins pump like hell. So I don't know what it is, but this stuff here just makes me more bullish right here. When you see stuff like this, Bitcoin and Ether are flat. They're doing nothing. We're not out of the woods yet. Jerome Powell, as he heads to Congress to testify Tuesday morning at the Senate Banking Committee and Wednesday at the White House. So that's what I'm looking at is Wednesday, what he's going to be talking about then. If he hints at the 50 basis points, I don't see. Look at that. We're already up to 30% chance of 50 basis points. It was at like 97% a couple weeks ago for 25. But I would like to see that. I saw yesterday there was a chance that there could be a potential pivot. And that sent the stock markets straight up. The potential stopping rate hikes this summer. And that's what we need to see. This article here was hilarious. That shout out to the Aussies doing China like they deserve. How much China is known for counterfeit goods, stealing technology, and finally karma bit them. And they bought $9 billion of diluted gold from Australia. So a process that involves mixing metals like silver and copper while maintaining a purity above 99.99%. So the process of doping the gold included Mint's attempt to mix metals like silver and copper into it. While the product met widely accepted standards on the global market, the 100 tons shipped to China potentially falls short. This is really funny though. So what are they going to do? Are they going to smelt it all down and then reweigh it? Either way, shout out to anyone that was involved. China they get what they deserve. They've been selling fake crap for millennia now. And you know what? You get what you deserve. And this article too was actually really good. Just talking about how during the SEC, it's funny because the other article we were talking about how Filecoin's struggling because Bitcoin can't do anything. Bitcoin's doing nothing. It's not looking good. But then you get articles right here on the complete flip side. Like amidst the SEC's best efforts, Bitcoin is proof of crypto's resilience. So it just talks about no matter how hard the SEC comes after DeFi, comes after Kraken, whatever, Bitcoin just continues to chug along, and it continues to kind of hold solid. And that's a good sign. When horrible bearish news isn't driving the price down, we could be potentially entering spring, entering a bull market. And Operation Choke Point is 100% going on right now with Silvergate Bank, and they're trying to get rid of banks working with crypto, and they want to funnel it through Kraken. That's why Kraken is opening up a bank. That's why the Kraken is partnering with the Fed to release digital dollars, CBDCs, whatever they're going to be. Kraken will be an intermediary. So they want all of a one-stop shop for you to go deposit your money with Kraken and then buy CBDCs or I don't know how it's going to work, but if it's the old system to the new system, if they want you to swap in and out, Kraken is going to be at the heart of this. They're opening up their own bank It's not, this wasn't by accident, and it's not coincidence that it comes right after them being sued by the SEC. So it makes you think, oh, they're doing this to, in retaliation because they were sued, they didn't like it. No, that's not why. They have way bigger plans to be one of the major players when the new CBDCs roll out. And, this is just, it's all coming. And it takes software. This stuff takes a long time to develop. We were supposed to have our Fed wallets January 1st last year, and it's now over a year and still nothing. So it's all coming. The one-stop shops for buying tokenized stocks, tokenized bonds, tokenized real estate, crypto, security tokens. A one-stop shop for all of that is coming. And it's going to also lead the way for decentralized applications like the Zoom wallet I've been talking about for a while. It's on the XRP Ledger. If the pro beta is now in testing, and you're going to be able to use your Zoom card or your wallet to buy stuff at retailers. They're going to be linking up with Uber and other apps like that. And this here too, Mask X, your wallet your way. So in Dubai, a third generation crypto exchange has announced the launch of a crypto-backed virtual card, enabling users to spend their crypto as fiat in more than 176 countries with over 50 million merchants worldwide. So as much as they're squeezing out banks and making it very hard for you to go back and forth, eventually we're not even going to need to do that. We're going to have the option of syncing our bank accounts to these apps and these different wallets that we use. And then from there, convert our crypto to stable coins, USDC or whatever, and then spend it at retailers, at merchants. So we're not going to need to convert to fiat and then use it in the real world. It's going to be that all that friction is going to be eliminated. Kind of like same thing with NFTs and housing. When you go to a closing now, you're relying on the bank, the title company. It could be months of delays. That's all going to change once closings are on the blockchain. You're not going to need half of that. And it's all this stuff is going to, in the next 2 years, really, really, really roll out. And it's going to be here before we know it. And that's why it's so important to get out ahead of this stuff and, be prepared for both situations. If Bitcoin tanks and falls off a cliff, be ready to buy that dip and look at what's going to drive this narrative. Asia and, AI was this last one. I don't know if that's going to last. I think crypto gaming is going to be way bigger. I think that one of the next narratives will be gaming and tokenization of assets. Goldman Sachs, all these guys have been talking about it for months now. And this was just last article here was just funny. The Voyager's bankruptcy judge has harsh words for the SEC's objection to the Binance deal. So the SEC, they're all over the place now. I mean, they're saying that Binance US is selling unregistered securities, that stable coins are unregistered securities. It's just crazy. When we had the library lawsuit, John Deaton went to the judge and said, we need to know if secondary sales of this coin are securities or not. And the judge said no. So secondary sales of these assets are not securities. It was already laid out by a judge. Now, I don't know if the way libraries pre-sale went, they followed, laws or whatever, and they're paying a fine, and now they're good to go. But what about companies that did airdrops or did legal launches? Are those secondary sales also not securities? I would assume so, but I would like confirmation on that. But just seeing what the SEC is doing here, and they're speaking out both sides of their mouth so bad. And then you're seeing them basically, the SEC is the latest government entity to scrutinize Voyager's Chapter 11 restructuring. U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams, called it blatantly illegal to seek legal protection from possible civil or criminal fraud charges. Meanwhile, the securities and banking regulators in Texas have taken issue with Voyager not being more deliberate in telling unsecured creditors that their payout could drop from an estimated 51 to 24% of their assets if the company doesn't win its lawsuit against Alameda Research. And they sued Voyager in January. Alameda, who was committing fraud across the board, is looking to recover $446 million in loans it repaid to Voyager Digital. So how do you come after them when you repaid the loans? Alameda's lawyers argue that the money is recoverable and should be used to repay Alameda's creditors, not Voyager's. So, I mean, this is almost a joke at this point. I mean, we are in clown world. We're now waiting for numbers to come in. And if jobs numbers come back better than reported, that's bad for the markets. We're officially in clown world. And the SEC is just, they're all over the place. So I have clients who had money on Voyager, and they now have to go to Binance US, start an account, and fill out a claim to get their money. So they're doing this while now the SEC is coming down on Binance US. It's like, this is just crazy. Let people get their money back. You're going to even entertain the fact that Alameda has a claim to this money. I mean, that's just insanity. So just this is why, I talk about it a little bit just because it's almost comical. But if you pay attention to this stuff, I mean, you'll just end up bashing your head against a wall. It's so asinine what is happening right here. And it's not going to change. Gary Gensler has a mission, and he is not going to stop until he gets what he wants. And that is to single-handedly destroy DeFi, destroy all the exchanges that are out there, and lead the way for the next generation. If it's, Kraken with the CBDCs or, the security tokens, I don't know, whatever it is. If there's a merge with Gemini and all these exchanges to compete with Binance, because I saw a thing that if the SEC and Binance will just leave the United States and just say, all right, we're out of here, and just do business around the world. So they don't need us. So, there's so much FUD going on. Just be careful of it. And, anyone in the Discord that was in YFDI, just go and check to see if you got your airdrop of that coin. It's now worth almost $500. It's going to keep pumping, in my opinion. I think it's going to keep going up. There's it was at $7,000. The supply is nothing. And people have been waiting for this. They've been waiting for an announcement of the team. It's a small little project. The supply is tiny. And yeah, we'll see. This is just more potential HEX for us in the long term. I'm going to play around with it after. I mean, like I said, mine's just sitting in Matic and USDC, $380 worth. I might swap back and, we'll see. We'll see. But this is just stuff to do while your HEX is staked, while we're waiting for V3 to come out, while we're, stacking our Hedron, earning ICOSA. There's so much going on. Passive income, HEX, ICOSA, Hedron, PulsePot, PulsePad, all the liquid loans, Love.io. So many projects coming when Pulsechain launches. And then like the degen plays, like the Hedera Arcade. That's one that I've really been keeping an eye out on. Somewhere where you can just come in and spin a wheel and gamble. Like PulsePop, that degen stuff, it brings people in. And I'm really excited for that. And let's see what Bitcoin can do. If Bitcoin can just hold and not fall down. Oh boy. That's not looking good. Yeah, guys, it is what it is. Let all the Mt. Gox come out. Let all the FUD drive us down to 20. Let all the bears come back. Bitcoin's going to 10K. It's going to 10K. And then, boom, a leg up. I was expecting this, a little dip down, but I thought it was going to happen a little bit later. But honestly, it doesn't matter. We're going flat. We're going sideways. The markets, the altcoins right now are kind of cooling off. But I'm telling you, if Ivan is right, and if we get, any news, even news in the next week, that Pulsechain is getting close, V3. Oh my God.
An update from Pulsechain, which is launching hopefully next week or somewhere close. Really depends on the syncing of it, and so on and so forth. A big episode today,
So if that happens, guys, oh my God. So exciting. Richard, he's crushing it now. His tweets, you gotta love it. You have to I do. From the outrage marketing to the kitty cats to his childhood, you can't hate on that. People that I personally dealt with, still deal with, were triggered by his outrage marketing. They did not like it at all. So now you can't complain. That thread he put out last night, so many updates about testnet, what's going on. That's what we want to see. It went from outrage. He got his 300,000 followers. Now let's shift it over to the Richard we knew and loved with the 8-hour streams, 4-hour, whatever they are, 4-hour streams. And let's go. I'm super excited. I'm really excited. Everything's falling into place. The influencers are talking about HEX. It's Morales, Ivan's thing there. We're one of the only coins with a logo. So all these people that are going in looking for these degen plays, they're finding HEX accidentally. They're seeing that logo, and that's all we can ask for. And the more news we get, the closer we get to launch. I mean, oh my God, we're gonna be trending daily. And oh my God, I can't wait. I really cannot wait. So that's all I got for today, guys. Appreciate all the support. What's up, Mobius? Pulse spot looking weak lately. Man, that sucks. I like the idea of being able to just gamble the degen stuff, being able to spin a wheel, bet on red or black. I love it. It just brings people in, gets people using it. And then from there, you can find the good projects. So, all right, guys, that's all I got. Torin, appreciate you stopping in. Tin Top, Lindsay, the Hexagon, crushing it with Serena. Piper, appreciate you stopping in too. Bit Finesse, Legend. You guys, awesome. Future is bright, guys. We're almost there. We were waiting this long. We're almost there. Let's go. We'll see you guys in the morning. Like, subscribe, follow. We'll be doing a Twitter Spaces with Facing Reality potentially this afternoon or this evening. Look out for that. Be talking real DeFi. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. All right, guys.
At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.